It's estimated some 6 million children in the U.S. have ADHD, a number that's nearly doubled in the last decade alone. So what are the signs to look for? The CDC says parents may be the best detectors at picking up early signs of ADHD in their kids.
I just knew something was off. His frustration level was very high, and he was very defiant. And he was about 3 years old.
Katie Schumacher's son, Brian, was officially diagnosed with ADHD when he was 7. But Katie says she started suspecting he had the disorder when he was 2.
He said, everything goes through my head so fast, I can't catch it. And then I realized I had to do something. So I spoke to my pediatrician.
The Schumacher story is reflective of the CDC's findings in roughly 65% of the 3,000 cases they reviewed. The CDC concluding that parents and not other caretakers in the child's world are often the first and sometimes the best detectors of early signs of ADHD.
One of the things that I feel very fortunate about is that I was home with my children, and I was able to see his frustration. If you would have told me in the beginning of his journey in kindergarten or first grade that Brian would be the boy he is right now, I would say you're crazy. Brian is very happy.
Right now, most children with ADHD take medication to control their symptoms. And like most kids with ADHD, Devin Coons often struggles to concentrate on homework.
And I watched him try to sit down and do assignments, and it's like anything. You could drop a set of keys and it would be, it would be over for the next half an hour.
Devin takes medication now to help him focus, but he's part of a new study aimed at possibly replacing pills with brain power. It may look like it's all fun and games, but those wires on his head read his brain waves and provide neurofeedback. Devin uses his brain to control a spaceship on a screen. When he loses focus, the spaceship starts to fly off course, and it will not right itself until the focus is regained.
Staying in that zone, they get better and better at it. Practice makes perfect. So as they get better at that, then it'll become more habitual. If it works, it would be a permanent cure. So that once you train the brain waves, then they should stay that way.
The retraining makes me think that this is something that he can then use going forward. It becomes his ability to do something different.
Have with us a special guest from Augusta University, Dr. Dale Peebles, with the Psychiatry and Health Behavior Department. And Dr. Peebles, you work with a lot of teens and adolescents, so attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is your language.
Oh, definitely. It's one of the most common diagnoses I see in the office.
Now, the study that we just saw is being conducted at Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center. You know, it's a non-medical kind of therapy, relies on the neurofeedback, and there are studies going on about neurofeedback.
Yeah, there have been a number of studies, enough so that there was recently a meta-analysis, and that's a study that looks at all the studies that have been done on a particular topic, and that came out in April. You know, this is a pretty new field, and there's a couple of different manufacturers, so different people are using different approaches to it. So right now, it's still a little bit too early to say if it's going to definitively work for everyone.
What has worked historically is medication. And there's stimulant medication that we've all heard about. Ritalin, you know, is one, and I guess Adderall would be another one. There is also non-stimulant medication. But medication seems at this point to work best.
It does still remain what we'd call the gold standard of treatment, meaning, you know, when we do a study, you know, comparing medication to a behavioral intervention, let's say, medication often does still edge out. It's not to say that there's not uses and roles for other interventions, and not every kid needs medication.
When my son was in elementary school, he was diagnosed with ADHD, and I had the hardest time getting him to take his medication because you know what he said? He said, "I'm not funny. I'm not funny." How do you work with a child? And we ended up giving up, and you know, he survived, he made it, and he found his own ways of coping and learning to focus. But when someone who desperately needs to be on the medication, how do you encourage that child to take it? What
Yeah.
can how do you help parents with that?
Yeah, there's a couple of points there. One, there's always a new medication coming out, and the latest one that came out is an orally disintegrating tablet. So when we're talking about young kids who are just having trouble swallowing and that sort of thing, we've got patches, we got liquids, we got tablets that'll melt in their mouth. But a kid who's a little bit older, who's kind of noticing the difference that the medicine makes, and they're not really happy with it, they need to be included in the decision-making process. We need to use motivational interviewing, get them to identify their goals. What are they trying to work for? If they were to take a medicine, what's it going to help with? Get them on our team. And then sometimes you have to try different medications. Some kids are going to tolerate one a little bit better than the other. Maybe need to reduce the dose a little bit so he's not noticing the side effects so much.
Well, this is all really important information, and if you have a child and you feel like he needs to be evaluated for ADHD, he or she, don't put it off, and you're a great resource to call over at Augusta University.
Well, thank you.
All right, Dr. Del Peoples, thank you so much for being with us.
All right, my pleasure.
Stick around for our Woman of the Week. Here's a hint. She's been singing in front of audiences for more than 80 years. Do you recognize this local legend? You're watching Jennie on WJBF News Channel 6.